So remember, you just conceal your intentions. If you want a relationship, you tell people you don't know what you want, right? And it's crazy because the girl did that to me, right? Well, yeah, maybe she did, maybe she didn't. But where she told me that she just wanted to be friends, right? And I'm like, okay, sure, right? And we were friends. And then one time she gave me a gift for my birthday that was so well thought out, so well thought out. Like honestly, it was really well thought out that I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, what does this mean? And then the next few days, she was way too busy in school, so she couldn't hang out, but she gave me the gift. So for the next few days, there was complete distance. But then she gave me something that was so close, right? And that did confuse me. I'm not even gonna lie. It made me think of her more differently, and it made me kind of like her. I did eventually. We didn't go out. I didn't like get to that point, but it kind of like for a moment, I felt like I was like nudged out of my balance. I was like, whoa, that was unexpected. You know what I'm saying? And because it requires so much thinking, it just made me say, okay, what does this mean? Now I'm in a state of confusion. Now I want to see you to see how I can put this into context that I can interact with you, so I can make sense of this. And now they're thinking deeply, right? Another smokescreen is our gestures that confuse. You've told them you want friendship, but your gifts say more than that, you know? Now, why does this work? Well, always remember, people trust appearances, right? This is why politicians are so powerful, because people trust appearances. It's difficult to look beneath the surface of everything for plenty of reasons. So when people trust appearances, and then one moment you show desire, and then the other moment you show indifference, it confuses them. It's like the story of the sauna guy, right? Like, people are like, oh my god, that sounds gay, right? Now, where this sauna guy was really friendly to me, and the sauna, I never talked to him. I'm like, this dude's talking to me in the sauna. This is weird as shit. But I give people chances, and we had a fun conversation. And then the next day at the YMCA, I saw him in the hallway, and this guy just literally didn't even say hi to me. I'm like, he didn't even look at me. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this guy was friendly to me in the sauna, and now we're outside in normal temperature. Now you don't even want to say hi? Well, like, what the fuck is going on? You know? What was it, like a one night sauna? Like, what the fuck? And it did confuse me. I'm not even gay. And I'm like, dude, I thought you were friendly. So it kind of like, you literally broke what I thought of you, right? Now, so remember, this principle works because of appearances. They create an image of you. Now, why does this work? Well, for a few reasons, evolutionary reasons. From an evolutionary standpoint, our ancestors had to make rapid judgments about others to survive. Deciding quickly whether someone was friend or foe could mean the difference between life and death. So physical appearances served as one of the few immediate cues available for making these swift assessments. Also, so it's like, that's why politicians know that if a population is a certain race, it's better to have a politician that reflects their race. And also, not just from an evolutionary perspective, in terms of appearances, but also voice, your accents matter more. So, and the reason why accents are so powerful is because of this, right? Studies have shown that if you put like a white guy in China, for example, and he's an American, and then there's another white guy in China, but that white guy speaks Chinese and has a Chinese accent. But then there's also another Chinese guy who's American with an American accent. Who do you think the American is actually going to relate to more? The American that's Chinese with the accent, or the Chinese American with the American accent? Studies show that people will literally choose the person who has a similar accent over the person that looks similar to them. And the reason why that is because humans, we were raised in places where everyone looked the same. If you were here and then there was another tribe 100 miles away, most likely that tribe has a similar phenotype to you, right? You're not going to find freaking like a tribe of Tyrones in the middle of freaking Sweden, 50 miles north of the village of Whiteville. No, right? But what you will find is that the next village might have a completely different accent. They might look the same, but they might have a completely different accent. And so because of that, they trust the accents to know whether or not if you're culturally part of our tribe, and even your age, right? Even ages have a different accent, different dialect. So how you communicate tells you more about whether or not I should trust you than how you look. But that's a and that's why it's good to, like, when you listen to people, find the words that they say often and use it around them. Because one of the things that will happen, one of the things when you fall in love that's really charming, is that you tend to unconsciously adapt the way that the other person speaks. You can eventually develop their accents and unconsciously mimic the words that they say. What you want to be able to do is consciously pick up on the words that they use. Certain phrases, certain like well, that's lit. Like there's certain phrases, and find the ones that are more comfortable to you, and find ways to bring it in and to say it to them while you're having a conversation, right? These are things that humans are wired to develop a sort of superficial rapport that could potentially lead to a deeper rapport. It's almost like you're opening a portal to creating that rapport through just verbal communication. It's even better if you can learn their accent, but that's actually what Hillary Clinton used to do. That actually, there's videos of Hillary Clinton going in the South and speaking in one accent, and then going up in the North and speaking in one accent. Now you can't do that no more. But even politicians, as savvy as she is, she knew that she had to do that, and it actually worked. Bill Clinton also did that. Plenty of politicians worked on different accents, and it actually worked in gaining people's following, because humans understand that what matters more is your culture. And your skin color doesn't say about your culture, but what does say about your culture is your colloquial and your accents and the phrases that you use. So people typically do this because, that whatever is seen familiar or typical were most likely deemed trustworthy because they indicated an in-group membership and therefore a lower level of threat. Now, the next factor is psychological. Okay, psychologically, humans have a cognitive bias that is known as the halo effect, where our overall impression of a person influences how we feel and think about their character. So if they have a certain, for example, it's like the prophecy, the white person prophecy. When you go to Indian tribes, the Christopher Columbus, when he went to their tribe, and because he was white as fuck, they saw him. They're like, oh my God, he reflects the prophecy, so he must be a good guy, right? And because he looked like the prophecy, he was attributed all of the positive traits with that God. And then he used that power and corrupted it and destroyed them, right? But the halo effect, good-looking people are deemed more trustworthy, right? If somebody passes gas and there's an ugly guy and a hot girl, people are going to think it was the ugly guy, right? It's the halo effect. And so you create the halo effect. And this halo effect does pretty much it's almost like short circuits people. Now, the next one is cognitive ease. That's the next reason why this strategy is so powerful. Trusting appearances also relates to cognitive ease, where our brains prefer to take the path of least resistance. It's easier and requires less cognitive effort to rely on visible cues than to seek out more substantive but less immediate available information about someone's character or intentions. This preference for cognitive ease means that we often default to superficial judgment. And this is what people depend on. What people who are seducing you, they depend on you trusting appearances. Where if somebody looks like they're turned off by you, they're gonna think you're always gonna be turned off by them. Like a dog who thinks that if you leave, you're never coming back. But then another few days later, you show warmth, and all of a sudden, they go from this to this, and this is extremely pleasurable. I'm like there is some pain behind it, but it is pleasurable. That's just how that works. All right, if you guys enjoy these videos about stoicism, dating, relationships, self-help, moving up in life, I would recommend you guys check out some of my courses that I have for sale. These courses are courses for men and women. For example, Nice Girl, Nice Guy is a course about how to become more assertive. Natural Chemistry is a course for women that I have on how to develop strong relationships. Dark Game is a controversial course that I have for guys on how to attract women in their life and keep it. It's not as dark as it seems, but we do talk about some dark psychology in here. Psychological Game of Attraction is a course that we made for women who are single. And as you see, we have a course about how to develop charisma, emotional mastery, which is a course about how to develop a meditation practice and how to improve your emotional life, to become more resilient, to not let rejection hit you so hard, to be able to bounce back from failure. I have a course called Nice Guy, which is a course for guys who are single and guys who want to be able to develop more assertiveness training, right? Most of these courses come at $99. And there you could also purchase the bundle where you guys can purchase all of the courses in one go at a discounted rate, right? We have a bundle for women and a bundle for men. So click in the description down below to check them out. You could browse around and see the courses that you like. And if you don't like them, you guys can ask for a 30-day money back guarantee and I'll give you guys the money back, okay? And in fact, we actually have a new one for women right now we're developing. It's called The Feminine Woman. So if you're a woman watching, this course is specifically to help women become more feminine, to embrace their feminine while embracing their masculine energy. And I'm actually going to make a course for that, like that for men, which is called the Masculine Man, which is a course on how to develop masculinity and develop masculine energy, to attract women in your life, to attract business success in your life, to be able to be better socializing, to read people better. It's truly an all-around course. So if you guys want to check out those courses, click on the description down below where it says purchase the courses, and I'll see you guys inside. Bye-bye.